We're standing on the high street in Kingussie. We're looking at the brand spanking new pavements which have been laid this week after a campaign which has lasted 2 years. And it's the sort of thing that in a town this size that you get involved in, whether you like it or not. Hi girls. I'm Bobby Neild. My brother Fred and I have Murchies shop in Kingussie, a place where there used to be 8 grocer shops, and now there's 2. Sign of the times, I suppose. Hello, Brenda. Goodbye, Brenda, is what I should be saying.
Oh, what a doorman.
It's become a kind of local social centre. We have a very good supportive local trade and a very good trade from people visiting the area, often who say they can find stuff in the shop they can't find at home. And that is quite gratifying. It's quite nice to hear that said.
Is it just for the day, Mr. Maxwell, or is it a few days?
This is the fresh fruit and veg. When I worked here as a young boy, 12, 13, 14, the shop was half the size it is now, and there were counters which ran the length of the shop. And someone would come in, they would say, "Oh, could I have a ½ pound of butter, please?" And you would turn around and get the ½ pound of butter, and you'd write it on a little pad. Then they'd say, "And could I have a pound of lentils, please?" So you'd go to the big wooden bin and get a scoop and a bag and make up a pound of lentils. It was amazingly of another time.
How are you doing?
I've always lived here, so I will continue to live here. I love it. I love taking my dog and going for walks, my wife. When I was in my teens here, the skiing industry was just about to take off, and the chances for the first time of young men and women actually staying here, creating a living for themselves, became available. Before that, almost everyone left. So I was very lucky to be able to stay where I had been brought up, which seems to be becoming quite a rare occurrence nowadays. Okay, John? Thank you. Because we are where we are, right in the centre of the Highlands, we try to use as many local companies as we can. We have 3 local, in brackets, bakers. One is 40 miles away, one is 50 miles away, and one is 70 miles away. I think people love the idea of coming to the Highlands and finding it a bit quaint. So this is the shambles. If it was me, the last thing I'd be wanting to look at is a huge Tesco. The fashion is definitely for online shopping, for almost everything. You know, and if you have online shopping, you're not going to local shops. Local shops attract visitors, tourists quite like poking around shops and things. There is a plan for a huge Tesco, and it's been held up by a little fly which needs to be moved from the local lake. And it's quite an amazing thought that a firm the size of Tesco can be held up by this fly for 6 years. I think it's wonderful. Didn't realise these little flies had so much power. You know? People in other parts of the country find it difficult to get planning consent, but we have 2 tiers to go through. We have the local council's planning department, and then you have to go to the Cairngorms National Park planning authority. One can oppose the other, which is strange. It's very strange. The park itself, I feel, has been wrongly set up. It's non-democratic. There are not enough directly elected members. The whole point of making the Cairngorms National Park was to protect the mountain area and the wild areas. So I have no idea why they brought in the villages into it. It just made life difficult for everyone. As one grows older, you do appreciate your surroundings and nature much more. And I suppose I quite like the fact that I can walk down the street and nod to everyone, ask how they are, and they ask how I am, and you know, you end up with the feeling that you may have earned the respect of the elders who used to belt you around the ear when you were wee for being cheeky. You know, it's quite nice.
get more from the Open University, check out the links on screen now.